Good morning. Hope everybody's having a great NACIS so far. Thanks for joining, and I'm really excited to talk about felt. And just a show of hands if you've tried felt, no felt, maybe used felt. Oh, wow. Okay, that's great. This is my fourth NACIS since I've worked at felt. This is the third NACIS that I'm giving a presentation about felt. And I have to say it's actually the most exciting time of where we are right now. And I just want to kind of say who we are at felt. We're a pretty small company. We're about 20-ish people. We have a lot of a strong geospatial core from people who've worked at Carto, at Mapbox, at ESRI, at different spatial companies, and we also have a really strong product design group, and my CEO, Sam Hashemi, actually founded a company called Remix. If you've heard of that, it was a transportation planning app, and one of the things is it would be called the SimCity of transportation planning because it was really a great tool for people who didn't really know how to use GIS and maps to kind of do scenario planning and put in some input and really get answers out of it. He's also designed interfaces and dashboards that were used by astronauts at NASA, and he has a really kind of strong design sense. He is a product designer himself, so this kind of strong geospatial core, plus these veterans in the industry, plus this really strong product design group that we have really make this kind of new way of mapping on the internet much different than we've seen before. We also use our own tools, so every Monday morning we have a map that we need to go into and try out new features that we're releasing. So we're definitely dog-fooding our own product all of the time and making it as fast and usable as possible. I was going to play this great video by my coworker, Jason Boone, that kind of goes through what are some of the new features in felt. I'll just let it go for a couple of seconds here, but really with felt 3.0, which we just recently released, we have new capabilities. Like, you've always been able to drag and drop all kinds of data on here, but now you also have the ability to connect to any spatial data that's in a PostGIS database, that's in Redshift, whatever it may be. You can also directly upload maps that you're working on from QGIS. And we also have analysis in the browser, as well as components to kind of understand your data better. I'll post this video in the Slack channel. It's also on our YouTube. Jason Boone's good at making videos showing off all our stuff. Okay, so today, oops, if I could get back to my slideshow. Oh, I'm doing the wrong one. Okay. Okay, so today, I hope that I can get through this demo I've put together to really show you how intuitive browser-based mapping will change the way you work, and also how felt is a collaborative tool that can be used inside of your organization so you can work between your teams and with your clients, stakeholders, more efficiently. And felt 3.0 is, if you sign up for a felt trial, you're getting a team version of it. So I'm going to show you the full-blown felt today, and hope to get some of you excited about what's possible. Okay, so here is felt when you first open it up. And what I have here is just like you can kind of see your maps dashboard. We are a company called Compass Collective, so this is kind of our workspace. And how many of you have a million bazillion maps and data files and everything all over your computer? Okay, yeah. So one of the really great things here is that I can just like create a project that I can start working from. So we're gonna spilling the beans. We're going to be working on some fire mapping today. I can invite all of the members of my workspace. I can keep it private and only invite certain members. But now, once I have this workspace, I can start working from here and even add in subfolders for other projects that I may be working on. So I highly recommend, if I actually showed you my Felt account, you'd see I have like 100 different projects. And it's a really great way to just kind of organize your maps. Okay. And so, so what we're going to be doing today is creating this active fire viewer. And we're going to look at some of the different features on here for how we can create this dashboard really quick that we can share with our stakeholders. So we're going to go through some things just like adding live data layers, adding some components to quickly summarize the information that we're seeing on the map. We're going to go through a little bit of cartography. Sorry if this looks horrible, but we're mostly going to look at the functionality. So I can just kind of show you how quickly and easily you can do some of this stuff and how you could use different visualization types, bring them in through Zoom, et cetera. Okay, so the other nice thing about Felt is that I didn't have to memorize my demo because I could just add notes of all of the steps that I want to do. So this talk is actually inspired by Dylan and Vicky, who did a Birds of a Feather last year. And it was all about what kind of data sets do they constantly need in their organization and or in the newsroom to work on some of these emerging stories as they come up. So Dylan shared this table with me, and so I kind of wanted to just like build a demo around that. So as Compass Collective today, we're going to make a fire dashboard that can be used internally to quickly summarize current events. Unfortunately, it's October and there's still fires, so it's bad for the world, but good for this because we can see some of this stuff in action. So the first thing is, getting in these live data layers. So if I just show everything here, you'll see this is like how most of us start our maps. We get in all of this data. But how did I bring in these live data sources? Well, we know a lot of these open data portals. So here I went to the NIFC, and I'm just gonna, you could download this in different formats, or you can just go over here and say, I want to use this, and go to the view data source, and then I can get the service here. And so I'm just gonna copy that, Control-C, and then Control-V here, and you'll see automatically what will happen is Felt will start adding that in for you. We'll let it do its thing on the Wi-Fi, but that's pretty much how I added in all of these different layers. So if I go over here and if I look at the data, which I feel like everything's, let me just make sure that my internet is there. Okay, yes. So I'm just going to do that again. Let me paste that in here. And there we go. It just starts adding it in. So right away you saw that I didn't have to open a dialog. I didn't have to say what kind of thing I'm adding to the map. I could just paste in that URL. We understand what it is, and it'll bring it in. That's the same with any kind of geodata. You don't have to worry about anything. Just drag and drop it in and see what happens. Okay, so I'm just going to let that go. We already have that in. And so really, I'm just going to start kind of with this perimeters data set here. Okay, yeah, we don't need it. We got it. But that was pretty fast. It brought them in pretty fast. Okay, so the first thing that we want to do is just kind of get a sense for what's going on with this information that we're seeing on the map. I'm sure you if you're familiar with fire data, you're much better than I am at what filters would be appropriate. But really what I want to make sure is that we're just getting the fires that we want. So you can see how easy it is to just filter here. So I'm going to, I don't know exactly the attribute name. There's so many in here, but I know that one of the abbreviations is wildfire. So I can just type that in and say it is a complex or wildfire. And then I'm going to add another filter and say the personnel is greater than 0. And I also want to add another filter for the contained, percent contained does not equal 100. Okay. So this is actually more relevant on the incident points if I wanted to bring this like density down, but I did on the perimeter, so that's okay. All right, so the next thing I want to do is add some components. And components are like kind of statistics that you can add to any layer. So here, if I go up here to the toolbar, the first one I'm going to do is I just want to see I'm going to do it actually on the layers. So components are connected to the layer. I'm going to go here and say I want to add a component of a statistic to see just a count of fires. Okay, so, and we can just change this to number of fires. And you can see that I have a couple different options here. Update based on view means this number, as I zoom, pan the map, will update, and then update based on other filters from other components, which I'll show you here in a second. Okay, so the other one I want to add is a bar chart, and this one I want to, yes, add the name, thank you. And what I want to do here, though, is I want to actually summarize the number of acres for each fire. So I can say here's sum, and then the aggregation is going to be, we'll just use this one, calculated attributes. And so now we can see that these are all ordered by the largest fires and their acres. And these numbers are pretty crazy, so I'm going to go over here to format and just remove these decimal places, add 1,000 separator, save, and there we go. So now we can say fire by acres. Okay, and then I'll just add one more, another bar chart, and this one will do it by the state. So I'm just going to start typing in a state. Okay, here we go. And okay, so now there's more on the final dashboard, but really, so this is pretty cool. So just in a couple of minutes here, we've added these components, and we can quickly see, okay, there's the most fires in Idaho. There's 24 of them, and I could even just filter on Idaho here, and then what will happen is we should see these numbers match up. So yes, 24 fires in Idaho. These are the different sizes and the names of the fire. And on our final dashboard, we also had some other information about the number of personnel, et cetera. Okay, so that is quickly adding some components. Okay. All right, so yeah, okay, so the next thing is, like, now we have all of this information on the map. I've gone ahead and done this for the team. I've added all of the components that we need, and I want to do some, I've also done some zoom-based visibility, so we have fire points kind of coming in more appropriately, and we have our fire perimeter showing up too. But let's just look at these hotspots here. So I'm just going to show only this layer. And zoom-based styling in felt is actually pretty, really easy. So here, let's just determine that we want, first of all, I want to use this H3 visualization type so we can kind of quickly summarize like where this fire radiative power. So I'm going to go to the max of the FRP. And then what will happen here is it will aggregate. So we can see the high versus the low radiative power. I'm going to go to based on Zoom, so it's going to do this for me through Zoom. Of course, we don't need this information coming. I'm going to go to the current fire up here. We don't need this information out here. We could have it, but we have a lot of other information that we want to show earlier. So I'm just going to go up here and limit the visibility, and I'll just say I want these to start at Zoom 10. And then now if I turn everything on, I'm going to turn off our air quality and our smoke density. But now you can see if I just kind of zoom in here, that our bins will start drawing, and I should make them look more like fire. Okay, okay, so I actually have to, there's more I want to show, but I have to move on really fast. So we've built this dashboard, and the next thing I want to do is I've actually also added this other component here, which is find. And so this is really cool because what you can do is only choose specific layers that you want your end user to be able to search. So here I'm saying I want my users to be able to search fire perimeters and a cities layer, as well as just geocoded locations. And now I want to just ask, for some feedback from a coworker, so I can ask Rachel, can you see if this map meets, I don't know, the client's needs? There are some questions about styling and if we need additional layers. Okay. And then, so now Rachel's going to get an email. She can come on this map. The hard part to show in any demo is the collaborative nature of felt, but if I just open a new window here and paste this in here, you'll see my mouse over here and my cursor over there. So if this was actually Rachel, she could come in here and start helping me with the map. So there's also the case where we want to, really get more information through a collaborative process. So here currently the Pack Trail fire is burning, and I'm going to provide my team with some resources here. So I've just drag and dropped this fire map from NACIS Web. I have their Facebook page here and a YouTube video about the current state of the fire. And so I can go here, and I guess I'm offline again, but I can comment and ask my team to please go look at this information and add some more context to the map so we can start doing some assessment. And I hope I could at least use the marker. No. Yeah, okay. So I will just wrap up here. Sorry, this went kind of fast, but felt is free for the classroom and discounted for nonprofits, so definitely ask me about it. I have another really cool demo that shows some analysis, and obviously would love to finish this one, so please find me if any of this appeals to you or is interesting. We're all about user feedback, and we really want to make a tool that everybody wants to use, and thank you very much.